Hello, good afternoon. Hello, hi to the chatters. What's up, Amazing Grace and Mary Damage? Is that how you pronounce that? Mary Jamal? Anyway, hi, y'all. Good afternoon. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, it is February the 14th. And I hope that you guys are experiencing love, happiness, peace, and prosperity. Okay. I got some good news for y'all. And, you know, this is what I want to start off by saying. Okay. I am a healer. I'm one of those very far out people. I believe that I'm an incarnated angel. I believe in all this stuff. And I believe that that's why it always works. You know, when you were a kid and you believed in the impossible when you were a kid, was the same thing when you become an adult. You know, when you start to apply those same principles. So I am a practitioner and I watch the sky a lot. I watch the universal energies a lot because I've suffered through some stuff, discrimination, you know, anxiety, agoraphobia, you know, psychic attacks, you know, the things that, you know, they try to give a simple explanation for, but those things are not that's not the truth. So sometimes, you know, the reality is just the reality. You know, there is a certain reality when it comes to the spirit realm. And we have went through the age of Aquarius. I'm excited because I'm starting to notice spirituality and alternative spirituality is just showing up everywhere. So I'm very excited. Anyway, I am a practitioner. I believe that we all have our own set of spirits, or maybe we don't. You know, some of the things that we say is universal. So the one thing about this full moon that's coming up, it's going to be in Leo. Okay. So there's a lot of different things that are going to happen. First of all, there's a couple of spirit guides that came out because I did look at the energies from that day. So there's definitely going to be messages that you guys are going to receive. So I can sense that a lot of you are going to be contacting me, you know, like the day before or in the days before, like especially 3 days before, because there's a messenger that showed up here. So you guys you're going to be getting some harsh messages. There's a messenger. So, you know, I believe that this is the power. I believe that for some reason, this full moon that's coming up is going to be very healing. So I think we should take advantage. These are the energies and spirits that I'm going to be working with that day. I will be doing spiritual work for people as well as doing a group ritual. But this is what I'm seeing, the universal energies that are going to be available that day. So this is universal. Everybody don't know how to harness those energies, though. So I'll actually be doing rituals. That's what I do. I am a high priestess and an alchemist. I don't call myself a witch anymore. Okay. Maybe only behind closed doors I'll call myself a witch sometimes. But there's a lot of negative associated with that word. So I did throw a couple of oracle cards. The cards that I got was the Prince of Wands, the King of Pentacles. So this is an actual spirit that is coming to bring money. A lot of people consider this particular spirit to be lower chakra or lower level. Not necessarily, because this particular spirit can bring you what you need to, or the things that are the enrichment that you need and you want. This particular spirit is coming. Hi, Carol. How are you? This particular spirit is coming with praise. So there's going to be a lot of abundant blessings. A lot of abundance. The King of Pentacles is almost like, you know, they do kind of have his head with, like, it looks like the Baphomet or the devil or something. You see how he has spikes? This is almost like Father Pan. Is almost who this is, but not almost, it probably is for some of you. It depends on who you are. Let me see what day of the week this is on. I'm sorry, guys. Tuesday. So it's going to be a very positive day that day. The Nine of Swords comes up, though. So a lot of you that need deep healing, that is causing anxiety, I can pick up on you guys. I am a healer from anxiety. I healed my anxiety. Okay, I did. I healed it. And, you know, I've had people that have been trying to trigger the anxiety. You know, we have that a lot. But so thank you, Belinda. I'm glad. That's what I want as believers, because this is really hard doing spiritual work for people that don't believe in it. It's very hard doing spiritual work for you guys. But I do work with y'all. I work with the difficult people, too. Because I'm, you know, I was a problem child and, you know, damn near made an orphan. Okay. So I know how you feel. I know what you go through. I know how you feel. The card that I got really excited about is this Fool card. Life should be very exciting. We got to learn to take it as it comes to us, especially the people that are under my umbrella. You know, there are some people that are going to be like, you know, who I can see coming to me, or people that can't seem to find their balance. So I did throw some oracle cards, and the balance card was the first oracle card that came up. So this can represent, you know, having to deal with opposing forces. Okay, so this is finding balance and finding that equilibrium, even though there's others that don't want to see you do this and they don't want to see you do that. So this ritual is going to be extremely powerful in protection and then balancing. So I already know what I'm going to do for this ritual. It is going to involve a lot of candles, because we're going to give respect to the moon in Leo. We're going to have a lot of candles, a lot. So it's not going to be 100 like on New Year's. It'll be a lot of them, though. Okay. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you. So it will be a fire ritual. Okay. But there's not going to be any danger. You know, there's no need for anybody to send the fire marshal out here again. They were scared. So the people that oppose you. We're going to be working with a lot of Leo energy. So if you want spiritual work done from me, this is going to be a very powerful moon for you. I already have a couple of clients that are doing court cases right now, that are going to coincidentally be coming up around that time as well. So, you know, but that's what I do. You know, you just got to learn how to utilize the time. And when you're running, yes, I know. Look, see, they always answer through these candles. I don't know what it is about the spirits. They love, my spirits love to communicate through all sources, but the fire is because I use a lot of candles. So balancing out your chakras is not as easy as people think. Balancing things out is not as easy. Adversity is not as easy as people think, because people say, oh, well, they talk about what they would do in that moment, but what if it was actually happening to you? Because I've been there, done that. I've been initiated. Trust me, I got initiated. I'm still getting initiated. So a lot of, I'm just telling y'all what I know. And by the way, I am taking apprentices. Okay. So my apprentices love me. They, you know, they literally get what they need from me and then they take off, you know, and it's a win-win situation because I done taught somebody something and I done healed somebody, and then I'm cool with that. So contact me if you are looking for guidance, if you want to get into this. If you want to not get into this, but if you want to tap into your own powers, I love to do that. I do. I love, that's one of my main things. So that's how you know you can trust me. So that's why the Fool card comes up, because this is all about trust, and then trust funding and trust funds. Okay. We don't want to talk about it. No, not this year. We're going to be about it this year. Okay. And y'all know that everything that I promised, I delivered. Everything I promised myself, I delivered to myself, because I ain't going to never cheat myself. So I ain't going to never cheat you. Okay. So that's the main thing about it, is that when people deal with me on a spiritual level, they know they can trust me. And so that's why I've done very well. And that's why I'm going to do even better. Now, let me tell y'all the powerful part about what's going on. And, you know, look, like I said, I am not every practitioner. Every practitioner does not work the same. Please do not judge me based upon people that you hear talking about me, because they're only reflecting. Come on now. They reflecting. They're either reflecting on themselves or reflecting on their experiences, one or the other. So it can be a positive or a negative. And if you're reflecting on yourself, your experiences are yourself. So those people, but they're just going over their experiences over and over again. They can't stop. So, you know, and they need balance, you know, and we all do. But, you know, when I feel, this is how I feel every single time I do something for somebody and I release them, because it is going to be a release from this Nine of Swords. In tranquil spirits. So we're definitely going to be dealing with some in tranquil spirits, but I don't deal with them. I just tell them to go. So if you do participate in that group ritual that I do, you're going to definitely feel a huge difference. Matter of fact, somebody actually left and I appreciate that, somebody actually left me a review on the last ritual. And, you know, it was a very short review. It just said ritual worked and that's it. You know, that's really, you know, all that's needed to be said, because evidently something must have transformed for that person that participated. And everybody don't come back and say nothing. You know, it's a lot of people, they real superstitious. So they be like, oh shit, stuff is going real good. I don't want to jinx stuff. I don't want to jinx it and say nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. I am going to be doing some healing energy, but it's also manifestation. And so you know, that energy definitely is going to go out, but this is going to be a paid ritual to participate. Okay. And this one is definitely a big deal because it's $100 at least. You got to participate. To participate in this ritual, you have to have at least $100. Okay. And you'll be able to benefit off of that energy. Because I don't know, like, I can say that these energies are universal, but everybody doesn't universally have those energies available for them. Everybody doesn't always have that. You know what I'm saying? You can tell because there's a lot of people that are not doing well. And that's, you know, that's why they attack me, because they're not doing well inside. See, your money comes from your solar plexus. And they have been covering up the sun a lot. Okay. The spirits have been, but your solar plexus doesn't need the sun. You are the sun, a lot of you. So don't be codependent on the sun. You guys are codependent on the sun. So when they block it out, you should have plenty. You should have herbs. There's calendula, there's orange peel, there's ginger. You know, sometimes that when they cover up the sun, when they cover up the sky, it's a lot going on up there that y'all can't see. So that's what it is. And only somebody that knows how to see it can see it. If you can't see what's going on up there, then you're not meant to, because it will scare you. If you just walk outside one day and you see let's say you walk outside one day and you see the image of Archangel Raphael. If you're not ready to see that, then it's going to scare the heck out of you. So you have to be ready. And a lot of you are not ready. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to force you to see that. You come into that at your own time. Spiritual gifts advance as you advance them. You know, I'm noticing my spiritual gifts advancing, and my spirits are. One of them knocked the freaking thing off the shelf. It was not on the edge or anything. It just literally just popped straight out of the shelf. And I was like, whoa. And it was a pack of candles, which, you know, the spirits was telling me, do this ritual. So sometimes they do that, and they do guide me a lot. The reach out card comes up, which means that it's time for people to really start considering that your energy is creating your environment. So what you put out there is what you're manifesting. So this is also a lesson, but in my opinion, it's also enlightenment. So a lot of people, I can't wait for the enlightenment, because, you know, and it is going to come. It's going to come whether or not you want it or not. Okay. Okay. Now, whether or not you participate in the ritual or not, it just depends on how you get it. You know, what I do is I facilitate for you. That's what I think. That's how I think of myself, because I had to have some, and to be honest with you, I didn't have me. I didn't have me. If I would have had me, I wouldn't be on here. So then that's why I didn't have me. That's why I had to discover me. But a lot of you need me. You need me. Okay. Just like I needed somebody like me, but it wasn't meant for that to happen, because if it wouldn't have happened, then I wouldn't have brought forward the fruit that I was meant to bring forward. So everything happens for a reason. Okay. The crystal ascension card comes up. So this is a reminder to all of my peeps and everybody that's rocking with me to cleanse your crystals, cleanse them, clear them, and charge them. Okay. So I'm actually going to be working with all of my crystals that I have. I may even order a few more crystals. You guys need to really, really, really start using the power of crystals, but you guys need to learn how to use it in the right way. Crystals can devastate you. Crystals can mess you up if you don't know what you're doing. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. I love the support. I appreciate it. So I will be working with crystals, and, you know, the spirits reminded me, cleanse your crystals, bathe them just like you'll bathe yourself. So I got to go, because I've got crystals all over the house, and yeah, they have been absorbing negative energy, negative frequencies, negative entities, and spirits has been blocking that stuff out. So I am going to do a very, very intense cleansing of all of my crystals, because the energy is going to be magnified. when I do the ritual. All the energy is going to be magnified. And see, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to contact me after the ritual and tell me what you felt, because that's very important to me, because that's what it's all about, because what you feel is real. Like, a lot of people don't realize that like what you feel is real. Okay. It is, you know, except when it comes to certain stuff, like, but in every case it's real. But that doesn't mean that you should have an ideal off of everything and where, you know, and you're trying to force things, and that's not what this is about. And so it's really not. When you stop forcing it, everything falls into place. When you stop forcing it, you know what I'm saying? It does. So the Crystal Ascension card came up because there is going to be more education about crystals on this channel. I am going to be talking about crystals the next couple of days. I'll probably record a couple of videos cleansing my crystals. I'm going to make sure that mines are charged like the night before. I'm going to set them out. I did manage to collect some storm water, so I will be utilizing that in the ritual as well. So I do elemental stuff because that is universal. Okay, everything about me is universal. You know, I'll come on here like in a few days. I'm probably tonight, or either probably Saturday. I'll probably do it on Saturday. I'll come back and I'll show you guys. You know, I'll be doing my beef. I'll be doing one of my beef tongues. So that's actually considered hoodoo, but I am very eclectic. So, you know, and very like multifaceted. So a lot of my spirits, which I believe are departed witches and angels. Okay, I believe that. So then that's what makes it real, is the fact that I believe it. And they guide me, and they're of many different races and backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they actually guide me through my rituals. So anyway, the crystals is going to be banging that day. And we got the transformation card, but it's in the reverse position. So in my oracle deck, this is death. This is change. And so a lot of you guys, to where your mind, because it's all about your mind. So what they do, and what words and phrases and spells and hexes and curses can do, is what it does is it programs your mind. So there's going to be like this huge vortex that's going to open, right? And it's going to represent change. It's not a vortex, but this huge door that's going to open. And it's going to represent change. But a lot of people are not going to know how to take it. It's going to be scary to them. They're going to have a cognitive dissonance. And it's going to make them scared. They're going to be like this. They're going to be balled in a corner. And so that day, I will be broadcasting all day. Like, I'll be broadcasting from 5 a.m. because a lot of you that watch me and follow me, I pick up on y'all and y'all energy and y'all emotions. So, you know, there's a reason why I don't have, you know, hundreds of thousands, which I do, but it's got to be a little at a time, because I do get a lot of views, but I just, you know what I'm saying? This is what I can handle for me, you know, and I get clients out of this. So I love the YouTube family. I will never leave YouTube. Transformation is coming, but you've got to be prepared for it. So you've got to have protection. So that is what I'll do. I'll make the process easier for you, because it is a process and you're perceiving it as a bad thing. So that's the reason why all of y'all are scared. Every time something good happens to you, you're scared. Something bad happens to you, you're scared. And you can't just keep being scared. You got to face this stuff. You got to be fearless. The last card that came up is the solar plexus in reverse. Now, this was the one that almost made me fall out of my seat, because I actually have been doing planning and have been doing some solar plexus healing on myself. So all of y'all are a reflection of me. So I know that a lot of you need to heal your solar plexus. So, and also the spirits is saying that this is a fantastical time to do that. And that's going to be our intent. So it'll be a group ritual for all of that. If that's something that you're interested in, go to the website for that one. Now, if you just want, or not just want, but if you're looking for regular spell work, if you're like, okay, you know, I want a healing, I want like a full healing, because this is a group ritual. I'm noticing that my peeps that participated in the last ritual that I did, which was at the new moon, they're just now giving me feedback. So, you know, you got to be patient. Sometimes you got to wait at least 7 days. Sometimes you got to wait at least a week. Okay, let it go through, let it cycle. So, but this one will be, this one you're going to feel more of an instant response because the energies are going to be very, very high. And this is the spirit guide, like it came out in the cards, the spirit guide did. This is a very powerful fire deity of fire element universally. Whatever fire element or deity you're used to seeing. Let me bring up a list of them, okay? Let me bring up a list of fire deities that some of y'all might, because I don't know all of them. I learn them as I go, as I go. I run into them as I go. So list of fire gods. There's a lot of them. Whichever one, I believe that even though she's probably not on this list, is Kali Ma, because she's always surrounded by fire every time you see her. And her, to me, Kali Ma is fire. She's like because of, you know, the red tongue and just the energy, you know, she's like, so Kali Ma, you know, is going to be the, you know, one of the deities, but there's other lists. There's other deities and gods. I do take people of all nationality, races, and then also spiritual backgrounds. Okay, so in Egyptian mythology, or in Egyptian god, not mythology, but, you know, because it's not a myth, it's real. Ra. Okay, so at the top of the list, this is going to be Ra, Sekhmet, or Rajet. I can't really pronounce that. Sekhmet is the protective lioness goddess of the sun and fire. Ra is the fire god of the sun, light, warmth, and growth. And Wajet is the protected serpent goddess who sends fire to burn her enemies. Okay. So we'll be doing more of a peaceful ritual, which will be protection. Okay. There was a couple of people that got really, really nervous when I was doing that 100 candle ritual. And it's probably because, you know, that was a lot of energy. Like if you would have been here, it was a lot of energy that was manifested that day. And what goes up must come down. That's all I got to say about that ritual. There's actually a video of that ritual. You can just go back and look through my videos if you want to look at that. So, you know, if you're looking at, you know, depending on, you know, I'm just looking at listen, Yoruba Ogun. Okay. So if you're a child of Ogun, I can work with you. I am universal. So I don't have to be in Yoruba to work with you if you're a child of Ogun, or if you worship Ogun, or if Ogun is your mother or whatever. Now, see, for me, you know, I know that in Yoruba, they always, you know, they tell you who your mother is or whatever. And y'all already know who my mother is. So my mother is Yemaya. Okay. And Yemaya is actually water element or water energy, but, you know, her energy will be invoked all day that day, because, you know, she's the mother of the fishes. So, you know, she's a mother. So I always work with Yemaya. But Oya is a goddess of fire, wind, and fertility. And then Shango. Okay. In Asia, Zurong, god of the fire and the south. In Hindu, Agneya, okay, in Hindu. Okay, so a lot of y'all are practicing Hinduism, and so am I. So I can't even, because we're all still learning, but I can't really pronounce a lot of these people that are on here. I work with Lakshmi and Lord Ganesha. Agneya, daughter of the southeast, Agni, god of fire, messengers. So fire is going to be the element. Okay, it is. And it's going to be extremely powerful in, manifesting whatever it is that you want. But the main thing is recharging yourself, and then also deep healing, not just for the heart chakra, but for the excuse me, guys, the solar plexus. So your solar plexus is right there by your heart. If your if you have certain things that are going on, those things can affect other areas. So it's actually not just the heart chakra, but it's the solar plexus as well. I'll see if I have enough room to update that in the title. So guys, I'm sorry, I'm getting over a cold. And so I need to, if I mute or pause or whatever, it's because I probably need to, hawk some up and spit it out. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm all, because these allergies over here in the South ain't no punk, and our bodies are fighting something that something done got released. But anyway, the solar plexus is in the reverse position. So that means that a lot of you, your solar plexus it's working in reverse for you. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people be out and they'll be out in public, or they'll be out in social media and they'll be like, I'm confident, dang it. And it'll be obvious that they have absolutely no confidence at all, because you can see it and you can feel it. Because if they had confidence, why are they putting you down? Why are they doing that? Why are they putting down your appearance, what you do for a living? Because to be honest with you, when they put you down, they can pull that energy from you. So when somebody's putting you down and accusing you of something, they're pulling energy. So this is wisdom that comes from within when you figure that out. But this is going to be a very powerful ritual of deep healing for the solar plexus. So a lot of people, like, money is going to be off the chain. Okay. And it don't have nothing, just nothing to do with, okay. It has something to do with what we're bringing in. Okay. A lot of people, for some reason, during that government shutdown, people became very afraid. And that was not the reaction that you should have given. It should have made you more, it should have inspired you more, but to a lot of people. But see, that's because, everybody has part of the wisdom, but not all of it. That's just like if you're in a tough situation and you tell yourself, well, this isn't real. Well, you're right, but it's real in that moment, but you can change the reality. Okay, sometimes it takes several minutes, several years, or several lifetimes, or even several decades to change that reality. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us had to work even harder because somebody did manipulate our reality. And a lot of that was our parents. It started with them. But, when you become an adult, you can't really be codependent on your parents. But there's some of us who our parents are stalking us. So, we have to. Yeah, man, I've been like, how people were saying, well, why don't you just, like, it's been like, because I've had like a little cold or something. I actually had a cold last week, or a few days ago. That's why I lost my voice. So I'm already healed, though. I'm gonna be 100% by the time I do this ritual, because I'm definitely being careful with my energy. and who I allow to affect that energy. So, so you guys can go to the website. You can do it now. You'll start to reap the benefits. Remember, I told you guys that for some reason, when you buy something from me, your benefits start happening within that time. So even if, so like, for example, when you purchase a ritual from me, sometimes it can take up to a moon cycle for me to even complete it. Or sometimes it can take up to 3 moon cycles. So a lot of you have to consider that, some things take time. But I'm going to tell you something, it's going to be less time than what it was projected before, because some of y'all just got shut off. Like, doors were closed, locked around you. Literally, everything, all of the knowledge that you were supposed to have that comes from within. So that is what I do. That is essentially what I do for people. That is what most of the people say. She unlocked something inside of me that opened up some kind of potential. This ritual will be for that, but it will also include healing of the solar plexus. And when you go to the website, it will say, let me show you guys what it says, because it actually says healing from narcissistic abuse, but it's AKA trauma. That's, there's nothing special about narcissistic people. It's been around since the dawn of time. Well, not since the dawn of time, but it's trauma. So that's basically what narcissistic abuse healing, and you have to heal from it. Otherwise, you'll just continue to be in limbo. That's why narcissistic people can't ever get better, because they're constantly in limbo. And when you heal your solar plexus, and you're also going to be recharged. So manifestation represents charging your batteries, or I actually go to another realm to pull in. I go into another realm to pull in resources. So, but that's all I'm going to say about that. So if you're wondering, what it is that I do sometimes, but, that's the most that I'm going to share with you guys about that. Because if I gave away all my secrets, then people would just use it. But essentially, it's, I'm always rewarded, even if I talk about something that is very difficult. For example, I was one of the first, I was actually the first psychic to guess that whole, the Smollett thing, how it was kind of hyped up for, so I actually called that down. So I predicted that was gonna, and I predicted like a lot of what we're seeing in social media with people not believing that it was, an attack, like that or whatever. So I actually predicted that, so I'm not going to really get into that, but a lot of that stuff, that's really not that important. Like, that's something that's really petty, to be honest with you, because everybody has their own laws and rules of their manifestation. So when you go to the website, you'll see full moon in Leo, narcissistic abuse healing, release and protection group ritual. And, looking at it from a numerologist standpoint, everything is going to be aligned up perfectly. The 2, and then the 10, and then the other 10. So, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that power button locked message that's coming up. I don't know what to do about this thing. Anyway, but I will link it in the chat. Or you can go to the website. This is what you're going to see. Full moon in Leo, narcissistic abuse healing, release. You're going to do a release. So you're going to release all of those negative energies that keep leading up to that Nine of Swords. Because the problem is not the problem. The problem is that you are internalizing it and you're retaining it. And it's doing, and other people's intent over your mind is manifesting. Okay. So, you know, and so this will be for, you know, any kind of sexual abuse. Okay. Trauma, family abuse. That can be very traumatizing for people. It is all relevant to your spiritual ascension. And that's why I'm here, so that you can understand that. So I don't just heal people. I help you discover your own ability to heal, because that's what I want. I want everybody to be a healer. I want everybody to be powerful. I want everybody to benefit off of the universe, because that, and only then is when we'll truly have balance. And the more balance that we can create, the better. Okay, the more the better. So there are going to be a lot of different things that are going to be happening. A lot of things that you guys are not going to necessarily see. You're not going to see it, but a lot of spiritualists such as myself will see it, hear it, feel it. And, you know, like I said, I will be broadcasting that day. We are going to do some protection the night before. So we're going to be fully prepared for this one. We'll have full protection. And, you know, the night before, 3 nights before, we'll make sure that we build up to this one, so that we can make sure that those people, because this is what happens. You get the blessing and somebody else comes, right? You get the blessing. The blessing is all around you, right? And then somebody else comes and they take like 90% of that blessing, right? It's those blessings are priceless to you, but to that other person, it's only worth $20 or $50. So they'll throw your blessing away for $50 because they don't know their potential. So we're dealing with that as well. Okay. Which is why the King of Pentacles comes up, because the King of Pentacles is coming to educate you on how to become more stable, on how to ground yourself, and then also healing. He represents healing. Okay. So as you can see, you know, you can see a lot of things happening behind him. Actually, there's like a lot of different elements in this card. You can see fire, you can see air. But the one thing that I can, what I'm seeing is those mistletoes that are up there. So he's coming to bring you Christmas in February. Yes, he is. Okay. So we're going to also manifest that. So a lot of you that are playing the lottery, a lot of you that are, you know, trying to get promoted on your job or whatever it is. Okay. You just go to the website, put it in. Like I said, you can increase the quantity on the ritual as well. Okay. If you don't want to just do 100, you say, okay, I want to do 300. It's an investment, but you'll see the difference. Okay. Nobody that has came to me like there's plenty of free information, but free energy is free. It's not necessarily worth as much as you think it is. Because once you start to manifest, then you realize that nothing is free and nothing should be taken for granted. Okay. I don't care if it's the smallest morsel of food. You know, nothing on this earth is free. It's all energy, and you have to use your energy to get it. And so for me, you know, what I do is I take those energies from the universe and the elements, and I harness them. Okay. So another thing that you guys can do that night is you can make sure that you cleanse your crystals if you do participate in it. Make sure those, you know, even if you don't participate in it, that's just a tip. Okay. Cleanse your crystals because it's time to do that. They have to be cleansed. Okay. I have to tell myself that sometimes too. Like, you'll feel a huge difference in your house when you cleanse your crystals. It's so weird. Big difference. So, you know, And then also probably cleaning up the house, like getting a cleaning crew going. Okay, especially I have a large family. I have, children that make a mess. If the children were not here, the house wouldn't get that messy. So I wouldn't necessarily, have to do a cleaning crew or a chore chart. So, it's that as well. Okay, so releasing and, cleaning out your closets and stuff. You may want to make a plan to do that or something. Make a plan to, clear out any clutter. Any objects that might be bringing you bad, negative energy that may have been bought into your home. See what I'm saying? So, and then readings. So I'm going to get out of here because I got to go do a private reading for somebody. Until midnight tonight, you can get, I'm running a flash sale on readings. So you can get a 30-minute reading for $35 and a 60-minute reading for $65. Okay. So if you guys want to take advantage of that, go to the link is in the video description box. And if you've got something really heavy going on, just get the 1 hour. That is actually my best seller, is the 1 hour reading. So I'm so happy that I was able to price that for you because I've been given so much love from my spirits. And that is the only reason why I do that, is when it's time for me to show love. So you notice when people be like, oh, you running a flash sale because so and so and so. Don't listen to stuff like that. That's called a blessing. Okay. If you're saving money on an authentic psychic reading, you're doing good. So that's a blessing for you guys. And it's a blessing for me because, I enjoy what I do. I get to do reading for you guys. And I can sense that there's a lot of you that need that road opener. So the readings, I do that because we're opening up the road too. So I may even have a flash sale on the, I don't, it just depends because I do have a court case that I'm working on currently. So I may want to, I'll probably only take a couple of readings on the day of the full moon. But I do have the same day reading option available as well. Okay. So just check back with me. If you guys want a reading from me, because I know there's a lot of people when I do my flash shows, they like, oh my God, I've been wanting to talk to you for so long, but so yeah. So that's really all that counts, is making the connection, reaching out. Okay. And don't be afraid to reach out about whatever it is. Okay. Especially when you're dealing with me, because I've heard it all and I've seen it all. There's nothing that surprises me. So you guys don't have to be embarrassed if you have questions or, I don't judge people that are not spiritually advanced. I really don't. What I do judge is people that try to prevent others from getting their message, because that's really what I do is, I let my spirits use me and I trust them, and they have not failed me. So anyway, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'll see you guys later. Okay. Love and light, and have a happy Valentine's Day. Put a smile on your face. And hug yourself. Say, oh, I love me so much. No, I'm joking. Hug somebody else. Hug your kids. Hug your neighbor. Hug your man. Hug your woman. Just show love. Like that's really what I'm doing. I'm in a very loving mood today. So anyway, I love you guys. Bye.